I'm about to show you the exact system we use that's generated over $10 million for home service businesses through Google search. That's HVAC, plumbing, renovations, landscaping, etc. You name it, we've worked with them. And if you don't believe me, check out our LinkedIn, our Twitter, YouTube, our website, Instagram to see our case studies. You can check it out for yourself, and that doesn't even cover the full scope of things. But either way, I want to get right into this. So this is the exact system here, but before I talk about the system, I want to kind of show you guys where most people are at, and if you're watching this video, where you probably are at with your website and generating leads. Most people, when they come to us to work with us, or I'm talking to a small business and looking at their data, they might be getting 1,000 impressions on their website every month. That turns into around 30 views on their website. Maybe of those views, they might get 10 clicks to contact you on the website, and maybe it turns into 1 or 2 leads every single month. But realistically, you're probably not going to get many customers from that, if any, right? And so what we want our funnel to look like instead of this is something like this, where you're getting 100,000 impressions on your website, 300 views on your website, 300 clicks to contact you, 85 leads, and 37 customers. The difference between these two systems is from the top down, way more impressions, and the more impressions you can get on your website from the right traffic, the right people, those are going to turn into views on your website. And I'm going to show you exactly how to get those impressions, those views, and then that's just going to turn to clicks, leads, and customers. Right? When we take a look at this system here where most people are at, this is not a predictable way to generate revenue. You can't make real business decisions off of 30 views on your website every single month. That's just not enough, right? You need to have way more data to get a predictable system that's generating you revenue month in and month out, right? You can make decisions based off of data with a system that's generating you these kinds of results, right? And it generates revenue for the business every single month. This one simply does not. I'm going to show you with this system how you're going to get more impressions on your website, how you're going to grow the amount of views, and then how to take those views, those eyeballs, turn them into clicks and conversions, which are leads, and then get them to close as customers, right? So let's start off with the system, okay? I simply call it my website funnel optimization system. That's the name I kind of stuck with from the start, so we're going to get right into it. Now, the first step here is optimizing your current systems. So there's work that's needed to be done on a monthly basis for SEO to grow your reach and to grow your lead generation. But the first step I find that works best is just optimizing what you already have. Because if you try to produce content, make landing pages, grow your SEO with a system that's broken, it's not going to generate you the results that you want. And so there's kind of 3 aspects to Google that you want to start optimizing on. The first is your website. We'll get into each of these. So you can use keyword research on SEMrush. You can get like a free trial on SEMrush to research keywords for your niche. I'll link my other video on how to do this keyword research in the right-hand corner or wherever. There's a full video on how to do it. I'm not going to explain the whole thing here because that would just be a waste of time. You can use SEMrush, their free trial, to use their keyword magic tool and essentially find a bunch of keywords for your specific niche of customers, location, services. It'll tell you the difficulty to rank for those keywords and how much search volume those keywords are getting every single month. And that data is extremely valuable. That sets you up for success, having a list of keywords and the information on how hard it's going to be to rank for them or how easy it's going to be. And then you can pick and choose from there where you want to go. The next is your on-page optimization. So your website should be fully optimized before you do any SEO on a consistent basis. You can watch my checklist video to see how to do this. I'll link it in the top right corner. You can check that video out. I'm not going to explain the whole thing here, but it's like a 10-step checklist essentially for optimizing your website for SEO. So that's like your meta descriptions, your meta tags, your page titles, your URLs, your image alt tags, your internal, external links, etc. That should be all optimized before you start doing any SEO on a consistent basis with the website. Your Google business profile. So this should be optimized as well. Make sure your Google business profile is fully filled out. So the description, the services, your service category, etc., all of this should be fully filled out. You should have like a 100% on your Google business profile and have at least like 20 pictures on it. It should be like when someone comes to the business profile, it should look like this business is active. There's a ton of business profiles out there that just don't get updated. When people go to the business profile, they turn away because it doesn't look like the business is in business anymore, really. To start, if you don't have any Google reviews, get at least 30 reviews to start. 30 is a good benchmark that I've kind of determined looking at hundreds and hundreds of Google business profiles, because 30, anything under 30, it could mean again that the business is no longer operational. 30 is a good amount where you could actually start to rank for keywords and searches, but it's definitely not the be all end all. You want to get a lot more than 30, right? You want over 100 Google reviews, but 30 is like a good baseline start for social proof. And I have another video on this on how you can get reviews, but you can get these from anyone, like family, friends, people that you've worked with, suppliers. It doesn't just have to be your customers. This should be anyone that can vouch for you and the quality of work that you do. So think about anyone in your network that can give you a review. I guarantee you have more than 30. You probably have more than 100 people in your immediate network that can vouch for you, the quality of work that you do, and write you a review on Google, because this system of generating reviews is going to be huge moving forward. Next is Google Ads. So this is optional and more specific to people who are running Google Ads. So if you are running Google Ads, which I would highly recommend you do, even if it's a budget of like $5 a day, make sure that you have the keywords, negative keywords, copy, verification on your profile all filled out. Getting the verification means that you can just do different things in Google Ads, add your logo, etc. Make sure you run through your entire campaign and make sure you're getting the right type of traffic to your website. So this means also adding your business name as a negative keyword. So you don't need to pay for clicks that you otherwise would have gotten. If someone searches up your business name, let's say like Flex Marketing, they search that up. I'm not going to pay for Google Ads for that keyword because my website's going to pop up anyways, if that makes sense, right? So go through your entire Google ad campaign, make sure the keywords that you have on there, you can also reference the keywords that you've researched using SEMrush in that step, but the keywords on your Google ad campaign that you're targeting should be in line with what you're targeting with SEO. And there's a reason for that. The reason why Google Ads, Google Business Profile, your website, these three all work so well together is that, if you take a Google search, if you look up your service on Google and someone sees an ad for your business, then they scroll down, they see your Google Business Profile, and then they see your website link organically ranking. That is a huge point of social proof. And typically when our customers are running Google Ads and doing SEO with us at the same time, everything just performs so much better. So if you're not running Google Ads, definitely start. If you don't have a budget, again, you can literally do like $2, $3, $4, $5 per day just to start, and it gets some good momentum in there and data as well for moving forward. You're probably going to run ads eventually. Might as well start now. Okay, so once you have the full optimization set up, and this should take you like no longer than a couple days to do. You could do this in one full day, like sit down on a Saturday and just go through all of this together and just bang it out. But again, if you're working, this could take you a couple days, maybe a week. This should take you no longer than a week. You want to get this done as soon as possible so that all your systems are fully optimized and ready for you to get to work on a consistent basis. So let's move on to the next step. This is going to be your content production. With SEO, ads, social media, email campaigns, any marketing, it needs work on a consistent basis, week in, week out, right? You don't just optimize it once and then you're good to go, you're done, right? Even with the clients that we get that come to us for just like a one-round optimization on their website, we always give them tips and in some cases coaching for how to do their SEO every single month, right? And how to grow it, because optimizing it for just one time is not going to give you the results that you want. So your content production, this is exactly how I do it. Based on your keyword research that you've done using SEMrush, right? And if you watch my other video, I get you to get a list in Google Sheets at least 50 keywords. So you should have 50 keywords right now that you've used and gotten from SEMrush, that you have the keyword difficulty and you have the search volumes per month. So based on that keyword research, you should be producing 1 to 7 blogs per week and at least 1 landing page per week to start. This will get your impressions and clicks off the ground and start getting you some traction. So really what we're trying to build here with SEO is traction. We're trying to consistently grow our impressions on the website and thus our clicks and our leads. And so what this is going to do, your blogs, is going to get you traffic and impressions from people who are looking for more education on this specific topic. And I mean, if I haven't said it and if it's not obvious, your keywords should be specific to your niche. If you're a plumber, right? How do I unclog a drain? That could be one keyword that you write a blog post on. Okay. So your blogs are going to get you traction with impressions and more educational style traffic, right? These might not be people who are looking to convert into a customer, but it's going to grow the visibility of your website. And that increased visibility is ultimately one day going to grow into a lead, right? That person might not convert with you today, they might convert with you next year, but you consistently producing blog posts and educational content on your website and constantly popping up on their search results is one day going to get them to convert. The more visibility your brand has, the better you're going to do and the better your SEO is going to perform over a longer term period of time, right? When someone works with us for 12 months or even a couple of years, their SEO does better. And ultimately it's kind of like a snowball effect. Like over the more that you do SEO and produce content on the website, the more it grows over time exponentially. So a couple blogs per week at least, and then at least 1 landing page per week. So the landing pages are conversion focused. The goal for putting out a new landing page is to get someone to convert into a lead. A blog, not as much. Like I said, it's more about visibility and getting those impressions up. A landing page, right? It might get 30, 40 views, but those 30, 40 views are going to turn into a couple leads. Whereas a blog that gets 30, 40 views, you might get 1 lead or 0 leads, but that's okay. So the landing pages are meant to get conversions. And for example, using the plumber, your landing page keyword that you're trying to rank for it might be plumber near me or plumber in insert your city, right? So going down here, what you want to do is go to your immediate network of contractors, home service businesses, suppliers to swap backlinks. So this is going to help you build your domain's authority score so you can rank higher for searches. Backlinks are, if you don't know, a link on another website linking back to yours. And what you can do is go to your immediate network of people that you know who have websites and swap backlinks. Okay, and what this is going to do, again, is going to increase your authority score. Google likes to see when other websites are linking back to yours and you're linking back to those websites and other websites. It's kind of like a social media shout out. If a big page on social media shouted out you in like one of their stories, you're probably going to get a lot more visibility because of that, right? And the algorithm's going to favor you for that. So that's another point here. A good rule of thumb that I've used for coaching people on SEO is you want to assign yourself tasks. And this is what we do for our team internally as well. Like we assign tasks for each client for SEO. We have an SEO strategist who is assigning tasks, right? I think of it like any project that you're building. These tasks should be non-negotiables that you do every single day. And I would recommend you block time in your calendar for doing this as well so that it shows up and it pops up like as a notification, hey, you need to be doing this on your website. Any content that you produce on your website can be repurposed and linked on other social platforms. So this is going to help you, helps your product produce more content across all marketing channels and gets your website linked across the internet, right? So again, these are backlinks. These are links on other websites linking back to yours. And so you can use ChatGPT to do this. So any blog content, you can use ChatGPT to repurpose it into like LinkedIn informational posts, captions, swipe posts on Instagram. This content should and can be reproduced in various ways across other social platforms. Again, that's just going to help you save a ton of time with social media and get your website linked across the internet. So coming back up real quick to the landing pages and the blog posts, what you want to do is reference your keyword research, and then based on what you think the intent behind that search is going to be, create that blog post or create that landing page. So the way that you want to create blog posts and landing pages, you can use ChatGPT for the copy, but you want to lay out your landing pages in a way that is easy to convert, right? You want to have buttons. I'm going to get into this when it comes to lead generation, but you don't just want blank landing pages with paragraphs upon paragraphs of text. You want to split up the content and text in a way that's going to be meaningful to the viewer or the potential lead, right? So that's going to be on a consistent basis every single week. Again, as a benchmark to recap this, 1 to 7 blogs per week and at least 1 landing page per week that you're trying to rank for like a high intent search. Like again, plumber near me, renovation company in insert your city. That's the kind of keyword where the person searching it up is looking to convert into a customer. And so this is kind of a cycle of like blog posts, landing pages, blog posts, landing pages. Those blog posts are going to really get your impressions up, and those landing pages are going to help you to convert customers. All right, moving on here. The next part is the fun part. This is the lead generation. All right, the lead generation aspect is this is more something that you do as a one-time optimization and then continue to optimize over time. This content production like happens every single week. The lead generation is more, okay, we do it once and then over time we kind of adjust it here and there. The first part is optimizing your website for conversion. So you want to make it extremely easy for someone to reach out to you, add calls to action multiple times on each landing page, add your phone number in the header, right? You want to make it stupidly easy for someone to reach out to you on your website, right? You have to assume that when someone comes to your website, they have no idea what to do. It's your job to make it as easy as possible, as stupidly easy as possible for them to get in touch with you. And a good way to do that is having buttons on almost every section of your website saying, get a free quote now, get in touch with us today. Have your phone number in the header of the website. It's easy to click, they can see it right there. And if you can, as a bonus, make the header navigation on your website sticky so that when they scroll down, the header navigation stays there with your phone number. So people almost need like a parachute. Wherever they are on the website, they can click and then just get in touch with you when they have enough information that they need. You have to look at your website as a bridge between someone who hasn't heard about you before and getting in touch with you to become a lead. And the website just has to have enough information for them to convert and nothing more. Like I mentioned before, you don't want to just overcrowd your landing pages with text because that's not going to do anyone good. Your landing pages should be between like 500 to 1,000 words maximum. Like most of the landing pages that we make for our clients and are ranking on the first page of Google have like less than 500 words in some cases. Crazy enough. But make it easy to convert. That's the first step. Next is adding a free lead magnet. So this one is huge. Ideally, some sort of price calculator. Everyone just wants to know the price when they come to your website. That's what they're getting in touch with you for. It captures the leads that have a lower intent on buying, but they're still interested. So I would say this is a non-negotiable if you're struggling with lead generation. If you're like really struggling to get leads from your website, you need to have a price calculator. I won't get into the description, but there's a tool called priceguide.ai, and that is set up to give you a price calculator on your website. You just have to like input the details and then it spits out the embedded code that you can then put into your website. And it's huge for generating leads. So again, these people will have a lower intent on buying. So it's your job to get their intent up from like a 2 out of 10 to a 5, 6 out of 10 and get them to buy from you. So it takes more work from your end. But would you rather have 10 leads a month and have to do more work to sell them, or 0 leads a month, right? Going down the list here, add as much social proof in as possible. Social proof is Google reviews, testimonials, like written testimonials, texts, emails from clients, photos before and afters, video testimonials with clients. Those are the best if you can get them. You want to think of your website like a billboard for testimonials and before and afters. Like if all you had on your website at the top was just, this is who we are, this is what we do, and the rest of your website was just littered with testimonials and social proof, that would convert like crazy. Trust is one of the most important things to build with organic traffic for them to convert. when we're growing a website and scaling their lead generation through organic Google search and even in some cases Google ads, the traffic coming in is going to be cold. These are people that don't know who you are, they don't know your business, they don't trust you yet. And so they are looking for on your website a reason to trust you, and giving them a reason to trust you like Google ads, or not Google ads, Google reviews, video testimonials from clients, before and afters, any kind of social proof. Social proof can literally be a picture of you in front of your truck with like thumbs up smiling. That just shows that, hey, this is a real person, they're local in my area, and I know that I can trust them, right? Or that have a higher likelihood of being able to trust them. And that trust is really what gets people to convert, right? You can have the best copy on your website, but if you don't have social proof, you're lowering the likelihood that they're going to convert into a lead. So make sure that you make getting social proof from your customers, like the Google reviews, on a consistent basis, as easy or as consistent as possible. Really, you want to make that a priority in your business. Okay, big caveat here. For this to work, you need to have a close rate of above 30%. If you can't close more than 30% of your sales calls, this is not going to work for you. A lot of customers in the past who have come to us, we get them leads and they don't close any of them, right? In some cases, they have not closed any of the leads that we've gotten them, even though the results that we've gotten them for SEO, impressions, clicks, leads, looks fantastic. They haven't generated a single dollar in revenue, which is very disappointing. But you need to work on your sales ability. If you can't sell cold traffic, and I'm not talking about referrals and word of mouth, because those people are like ridiculously easy to close. You basically don't need any sales skills to close a word of mouth or referral lead. You need skills to close cold traffic. And so if you're not closing above 30%, you should aim even higher than that, like 40, 50%, then this is simply not going to work for you. Okay? That doesn't mean don't do all the things that I'm telling you in this video. That just simply means if you know you're not good at sales, work on that as well. Work on that in tandem with everything else that you're doing for SEO. Okay, so let's recap here to give a full picture of how this is going to all fit together within your systems. So first, you want to optimize your current systems, optimize everything that you have set up when it comes to marketing. Any source that's bringing traffic to your website, it could be Facebook ads as well. It doesn't just have to be Google ads. But in this specific case, you want to optimize the current systems that you have. So that's specifically your website, Google Business Profile, Google Ads, anywhere that you're advertising on Google should be fully optimized before you start this system. Next, this is where the reoccurring work happens and the consistent work going out on your website. It's the content production, right? So you should be producing blogs and landing pages. Big point here. Based on your keyword research. If you're just putting out content on your website, blogs and landing pages on a feeling, it's probably not going to do anything. It should be based, at least at the start, it should be based on real information, real data, and you can use SEMrush to get that. Right? Going back to the funnel example, you can't make real business decisions based off of your systems that are getting like 30, 40 clicks every single month. It's not enough information to give you a valid decision. And so you can, however, use other tools like SEMrush. Google Trends is another one to research keywords to give you that data based on thousands upon thousands of searches every single month, right? So get your keyword list together, watch that video if you haven't, and produce content on your website, landing pages and blogs every single week. You also want to swap backlinks as much as you possibly can. So as a rule of thumb, I would do this maybe once a month, once every 2 months. It doesn't have to be as consistent as your blogs and landing pages, but swapping backlinks and getting into the habit of doing that is going to grow the authority score on your website, which simply means you'll be able to rank for higher competition keywords going forward. Now, moving down the list here, assign yourself tasks, right? Put that in your calendar that, hey, this is my time for SEO, 2 hours a day, how many hours a week? But put that in your calendar at a time that you know you can commit to it and make it a daily non-negotiable. Any content that you produce on your website, again, can be repurposed into other content like on LinkedIn, social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're posting content, even YouTube, you can repurpose it into like YouTube scripts. Put that on your social platforms and link it back to your website. Finally here, the lead generation bit, right? You want to make sure that this is the main driver here. The blogs and landing pages is the main driver that's going to get your impressions and clicks up on the website, get you ranking for more keywords, get you more traffic to the website. But again, it's all based on this keyword research. That first part is so pivotal. Optimizing your website for conversions so that when the work you're putting in does result in clicks on the website from the right people and the right keyword, it's already optimized for conversions. You've got buttons everywhere, you've got your phone number, you've got your social proof, etc. So it's easy for someone to reach out to you. That's what's going to make the real difference in terms of conversions, right? A lot of SEO agencies and people who teach SEO just teach the SEO portion of getting traffic to your website from the right people, which is great, which is absolutely necessary, but it doesn't end there. Your lead generation system, this exact system that we use for our clients, we also optimize their website for conversions, right? We make it look a little bit better. If it's not looking good, we add buttons, sections where we need to. Add in their social proof, we get social proof from them so we can add it into their website. This is such a pivotal role because if you don't do this step, then the traffic you do get has a lower likelihood of converting into a lead. Next is adding a free lead magnet. This will give the lower intent buyers, the people who might not be committed to reaching out to you just yet, a tool on the website that lets them see a price. And in exchange for that price, they'll enter in their contact details, which you can then use to give them a call, send them an email, whatever that means, whatever the means are of getting in touch with them. You can do that now that they've used the free price tool. Add in as much social proof as possible. Again, I can't stress this enough. You need to have social proof on every single page of your website as a benchmark. There should be at least one section with Google reviews, before and afters, whatever that looks like for you. Get that social proof, put it on your website. And a designed testimonial section, like a pre-designed testimonial section where you just like copy and paste the email that they sent you, a Google review, is not good. Do not use those. Those are terrible because anybody can fake those. If anything, use screenshots of an email, screenshots of a text. If you have to, screenshots of a Google review. Those are so much more powerful because you can't fake those, or at least it's going to be much harder to fake something like that. Finally, as a benchmark, right? 30% close rate or above. That should be your goal for closing cold traffic. Because if you're like closing 10, 15% of your leads, that's terrible. You need to be closing above 30% for this to really, really work. All right, so that's the full system, literally from start to finish. No, it's not flashy. It's a lot of work, but this works. This system plugged into any one of our clients works almost every single time because of the consistency and because of, again, the keyword research at the start and then tailoring our content to that keyword research and then publishing it on Google. Over time, you will see growth, right? It might not be a month, might not be 2 months, but 3, 6, 12 months down the line, you are going to thank yourself for starting this and you're going to wish you had started sooner. So just to quickly end this off, if you do want to book a team, if you do want our team to build out your lead generation system on Google using this exact system that I talked about in the video, click the first link in my bio. You'll book a call with me. It'll just be a quick 30-minute chat. It's not a sales call where I'm going to try to sell you on our system. I just want to see if we'd be a good fit because we don't take on just any client. It's a discovery call for you and it's a discovery call for us to see if you'd be a good fit for our program. But what you'll get in this is exactly everything that I talked about in this video, but fully custom to your business, your niche, and your location. It's going to be tailored to your business with reports and a private Slack channel with our team. You'll have monthly or weekly calls with us as well. But a big disclaimer here, if you're not serious about growth, don't book a call if you don't have the funds to work with us or funds set aside to invest in your lead generation and your marketing on Google. Do not book a call. There's no reason for us to be talking. So if you guys enjoyed this video and if you got any value out of it or you want to start this or you're going to start and you have started, let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.